To start off, I'm just going to read a little poem that I wrote. It's called Time. Time. Where is she? Big, bossy babysitter. I must go outside. Quick, she's vacuuming the rug. Like a mouse, I race outside. 7-year-old me, ever so sneaky. She didn't hear me. I'm free at last. Outside, I breathe in all the wonderful new sights. I see a big pool with something interesting hidden inside. On the edge, I get down on my knees. I see a mysterious toy and I want it. I slowly reach into the water. The silly toy smiles at me. It's right above my fingertips. Then I'm too far. Everything goes black. Someone help. Time. So this poem highlights a traumatic experience that I've had in my life. I was about 7 years old, and it was a really hot August afternoon, like it usually is. My mom had dropped me and my siblings off at my grandparents' house for the day, so she can go on a coffee date with some of her friends. After playing for about an hour or so, my little brothers got tired, so they went upstairs with my grandma to go down for a nap, and my older siblings, as well as my uncle and my grandpa, went to the store to go buy some dinner. And then so that just left me and my Aunt Veronica at home by ourselves. My Aunt Veronica was about 14 years old. She was obviously in charge of babysitting me, and there was about 7 kids in the house, and so it got pretty messy. And so Veronica decided to take advantage of the empty house and wanted to clean up a little bit. And so after cleaning up all the toys, picking up trash, Veronica started to vacuum the rug, and I was 7, so I couldn't really help much with that. Plus there was only one vacuum, so I was told to sit on the couch and wait for her to finish and wait for my siblings to get back so we could eat dinner. Well, I was 7, like I said, so I got bored pretty quickly. I looked out the window and I decided to go outside because I know there's lots of toys, there's always stuff to do, there's stuff to explore, and so I wanted to go outside. I remember telling Veronica that I was going into the kitchen to get a drink, so that way she wouldn't suspect why I was gone. The kitchen was right next to the back door to the house, and so it's perfect because then I could sneak out the back door without her noticing. And so when Veronica turned her back and wasn't looking, I ran outside and gently shut the door. Then when I got out on the deck, the first place I wanted to go to was the pool, because us little kids obviously were not allowed near the pool, and since I was outside on my own, I was allowed to do whatever I wanted. I didn't go into the pool. I knew better than that because I couldn't swim, first of all, and I wasn't wearing my bathing suit. So as a 7-year-old, I was like, no, it's not the time to swim yet. But I walked over to the edge of the water, or edge of the pool, and I noticed a little toy that was bopping up and down on the water. It looked like a frog, but it was wearing a straw hat and a hot pink bikini. I thought it looked really cool. I learned later that it was just a thermometer, but in my 7-year-old head, I was thinking it's my new playmate. So I slowly and carefully got down on my knees and started to reach into the water because I wanted to get the toy and play with it. The frog was probably a few centimeters away from my fingers, and I knew I couldn't reach it, but I really wanted to get it. So I just reached down a little bit farther, trying to hold my balance, but then at some point I couldn't, and I got too far and fell into the water. It was no longer about the frog, it was just life or death at that point. And like I mentioned before, I didn't know how to swim, so I was just splashing and splashing, trying to stay above the water, but my head just kept going under again and again because I couldn't swim and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even scream because my head was under the water. But before I knew it, my arms gave in. I was tired of splashing, tired of trying to stay up, and I began to sink. But right before I ran out of the last drop of oxygen, I remember hearing a big splash. I don't remember exactly what had happened after that, but somehow I had gotten out of the pool. I was on the deck, wrapped up in a towel, and my Aunt Veronica was standing next to me. She was pretty mad that day, that's what I remember. Maybe she was mad at herself, I don't know. But she told me a lot of things that day that I cannot recall. What I do know is that Veronica actually saved my life that day. Today, I'm grateful that she was there and that she decided to look out that window and jump in the water before it was too late. I think because of that day, it changed my personality. I honestly never go anywhere without a buddy with me. Like any events, I will only go if there's someone by my side. And to this day, I still get scared of the water too. Whenever someone like pretends to push me in the water, you know, you're standing at the edge of the pool and your friend will just pretend to push, I still get like a jolt of fear that shoots through my body because I remember that short little moment of helplessness. But like I said, I'm honestly just glad to be alive. And yeah, now I know when I'm babysitting kids to make sure to keep a strict eye on them.